Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new video. In this one we're gonna discuss some interesting Tesla exclusive news in a way. Now I was at Tesla service and talked to, it's obvious, so this isn't a top secret, because if it was, I don't think that the employee would share this with me, but still I'm not gonna mention who it is, just in case it turns out that this wasn't supposed to be released, but it was shared to me, and it didn't feel like it was in confidence. But it's also very exciting news, and I think it's exclusive news. I do follow like other channels and portals, web pages that are dedicated to electric cars or e-mobility, and it turns out I was sitting on this information like thinking maybe I might have missed this. This was probably covered by media, but it turned out it wasn't, and no one wrote about it, so I guess I'm still sitting on the exclusive news. For those of you who don't know where I'm from Croatia, and Nikola Tesla was from Croatia as well. Now, let's get to the exclusive news. So the exclusive is that before all these developments with the pandemic, with the war between Russia and Ukraine, this is all unfortunate and really not predictable. And then the inflation. So before all of that, Tesla 2 or 3 years ago, I can't remember from the top of my head now, announced a new chemistry for the batteries, and they did push the LFP batteries in the Model 3 Standard Range Plus. I have the long range, and now they've mentioned they're going to push those batteries to the Model Y Standard Range Plus as well. Now the advantage, as we know, of those batteries, or the LFP batteries, is thanks to different chemistry, they can charge to 100%. They have more cycles, and they're more durable, although they charge slower a little bit compared to the lithium-ion batteries that Tesla used since start. And the good news is, to cut to the chase, is that Tesla has considered, and they've already had plans to do this, to offer to all Tesla owners, at least the Model 3 and the Model Y, I believe, because of the casting, but I can imagine to all Tesla owners definitely, so including the original Model S or Model X models. They've offered, or their idea, was to offer the new battery cells. So like a battery upgrade, sort of. They would buy back your old battery or your current battery, considering that it has a good battery health, assuming 80%. That would be covered by warranty. And their idea, I guess, is to reuse those batteries from your car and use them for Powerwall, for the solar roofs. I doubt they would recycle those batteries, because they're still new. They have a good capacity, so it would take a lot of time and effort to process those batteries, take them apart, take apart the materials and the minerals. And that's a big process, takes a lot of time and money for that. So you just take the battery, maybe you take it apart from the casing and just put it into Powerwall casing, but it's definitely a lot less hassle to do. So yes, you've understood correctly. The Model 3 and the Model Y owners, at least, will in the future get offer to upgrade their batteries, and I think this might extend to the Model S and Model X owners. Now, if you saw the Model Y casting, that's one piece. It's still like the original casting, but it's just now one piece. It's easier to assemble instead of weld it. But in the chassis frame where the battery goes, it's still the same size. So we know for the fact that the Model 3 you can fit a larger battery, but Tesla left some room, and that might be the case in the Model Y. At least in the long range, and definitely in the standard range plus or the Model 3 now, because there's room for more battery size. Now, the 4680 battery cell, I hope I didn't mix that up in my head. The new cell is bigger compared to the previous, like 2170. And the thing is that the new batteries would have a bigger capacity, meaning you can store more energy inside them, and meaning you can have a bigger range. But there's an also advantage because of the new chemistry that's more common. It's less harmful for the environment, but also more durable to fast charging, which is the one thing that's better for the lithium-ion batteries compared to the LFP batteries, but also has advantage of LFP batteries that you can charge it to 100% all the time, and it has more cycles, so it's a lot more durable. So having all that in mind, you would have a battery. In my case, when I have a long range, I need to charge my battery for daily use at least 50, 90, so that's like 40%, and then you use up to 100 or down to 20 for your road trips. Now when it comes to LFP, you can use like 20 to 100, so that's like 80% of a battery you can always use, and not just for road trips. So with the new 4680 battery cells, you would have that advantage. You can use 20 to 100%. Now that would be a huge advantage if you would upgrade, but also when it comes to real world range on the highway, the Model 3 long range, at least in my case where I have Panasonic batteries, I can do maybe up to 350 or maybe stretch it to 400 kilometers on the highway, driving 130 kilometers per hour, and that's around 80 miles per hour or 85, doesn't matter, but you get the picture. Excuse me. And when you're driving on the open road on a cruising speed up to 80 kilometers per hour, that gives you around 500, 550 kilometers of range. So the question is, you definitely get more range with a new battery. The question is how much? Now in reality, if you would get let's say 100 kilometers real world range on the highway, that would be excellent. And if you get on the open road like 150 to 100, that would be excellent, because this car I'm sitting in is at least VLTP around 600 plus kilometers. So if we give it around 200 kilometers, that would be quite decent. But in real world, I believe you can do like 550. So 550 kilometers, if you add like to 650, or on the on the open road, let's say, or up to 700, that would be excellent. And then if on the highway you could do like real life, let's say it's around 350. If you can do 450 or 500 stretching it, that would be excellent. And it would be excellent if I can always use that 80% of battery. Now, Tesla also thought of the price, and what do you think? How much would they charge for that? So the Tesla idea was to charge, listen to this, 3,500 euros. So when you consider that's almost a price of the advanced autopilot, and I don't think the advanced autopilot is at this moment really worth the money, but I would definitely consider swapping my battery for that amount. I think it's a good price. With the current situation, maybe it would be a little higher, maybe up to 4,000 euros, but that would be definitely like the top price I would pay. Preferably something lower than that, but 3,500 euros sounds good. So what do you think about that? What do you think about the price? And then when you think about the benefits and more range, will you be willing to pay that much? I'm thinking yes. And have in mind, you don't have to replace your battery immediately. You can do that later after a few years, or when your battery comes to the 8-year warranty end. So but still have in mind the degradation. So it would be cool to replace it after maybe, if you're keeping your car, let's say, after 5 years. Excuse me for my voice, it's getting dry. But yeah, it's interesting and really exciting news, and I'm really shocked that media didn't pick this up. So I'm excited about this. I don't need to change my battery right now, but having the idea of the comfort in my mind that I could just replace the battery, not paying the full price of the battery. By the way, this battery costs, at least what I saw for the LG battery, was around 11,500 euros. So it's like almost not a half of that price for the new battery, but like 1/3. So yeah, that's definitely good news. So if you're watching to this end, thank you. Please share this video, like it, comment below. Before I end, if you really want to see a detailed review of my car, it's a little bit longer than an hour, but I covered everything, like everything that was new in the refresh version, everything regarding the batteries, the functionalities. I even have a video completely showing you the V11 and the V10 detail. If you're waiting for your car and you're, impatient, you're watching every videos, you gotta check my videos. And I made a lot of details. I also made a separate point of view driving. I went to Germany on Autobahn, tested the top speed, and I also did like a night review that no one does, and I really summed up everything. I'll do more videos from my experience. There's also road trips. I went to Spain. The next week I'm going to France with my car, so I've also shared that experience. So if you want to see more, definitely subscribe to the channel. There's also other electric car reviews and internal combustion cars. But if you like the content, do feel free to subscribe and click the little bell to get notified when I upload new videos. So you get notified and turn all the notifications on. And thank you.